What is correct, and everyone? This is Renaslee coming back at you with some Honkai Star Rail, and today we have finally the last element that we'll be talking about for in terms of meta at least. So we're working on Imaginary today, and before we get into this, I kind of got bad news, bro. Imaginary ain't looking that good, man. To be fair, I think it's probably the element with the least amount of characters, but even then, bro, it's not looking good, dude. So we'll start with Aventurine, is, you know, alphabetically, A is first. So Aventurine. Follow-up teams, obviously, he's really good. Still, I mean, I think in terms of shielding, he's lost the battle to Dan Hong. But again, just because one character is worse than the other one does not mean that the other character that got power crept is bad. You can still make Aventurine work. I will be picking him up next time he reruns. That's the plan, at least. He's probably still my favorite male in the entirety of Star Rail, so I think we're gonna try. I don't know how much we're gonna invest in him though. I might want to go for a few Eidolons eventually. My main plan with, I mean, kind of one thing you'll find out with me is, honestly, I want to get the character first and foremost, right? If we can get the cone during the same banner, oh yeah, dude, we're loving it. After that, it's like Eidolons. It really depends on the character we're talking about, and if I'm able to swipe the card. If not, we're only probably gonna go for E0 plus the cone. Seems like this is pretty good though. Yeah, E1 gives an extra shield. Okay. Yeah, E1's probably pretty good then. I mean, this, yeah, debuff's good too. I mean, it's probably his E1 better than his E2, to be honest. He gets more shielding. It's good. Drop rate maxing, huh? Yeah. I mean, it's increasing his damage though. I mean, that's cool, but I think I'd prefer him to spec into his defense or his shielding, but he's not. I mean, regardless, I don't know how much I'm going to invest in him. Maybe E2, and then his cone would be what I'd want to do. It really depends. But he's probably my favorite male in the game still. Besides that, I can see maybe Maide or Phynon eclipsing him as my favorite male in the game, but we'll see. Definitely we're going to try and pick him up at least once. Next, Dan Hong. I think he's under destruction, right? Yeah. This one. You know, he's a version 1 character, so unfortunately the version 1 characters kind of just got plummeted into the freaking starboard side of the ship. Like they're not doing too good, you know. Dan Hong is one such case where he needs buffs at this point. He's also the thing where it's like, I enjoyed the Lofu, but do I really care enough to summon for this version of Dan Hong? Probably not. I'd rather go for his sustain version, to be honest with you guys. I'm sure you can find a situation that this man can work in to get that 3-star clear, but I just don't know if you're zero cycling anymore, especially with low investment, low Eidolons. I don't think it's happening. So he's not really in a good spot. Dr. Ratio, I already know he's been power crept. It's pretty obvious. I mean, shockingly, Dr. Ratio is power crept by Archer, who is literally the same exact role as him. He's a single target DPS. And this guy's modern. This guy's not as modern anymore. I'm surprised they didn't give him out as a stellar convergence option. Or not, is that what it's called? The Golden Companion Spirit Shop. I'm surprised that Topaz got in there before he did, because he was already a free character. I'm not sure why he wasn't in there. I think for his time though, he was good. It's just now that there's a new dog in the house, he's kind of getting stomped all over, you know. I don't know if he's as usable anymore. I'm sure you can figure something out, but I mean, at E0, S0, I don't think that's happening anymore. I think Archer's just cleaning him, packing him up, you know. Another Golden Companion Spirit option, Luocha. I mean, he's a free character, technically, so if you picked him up, he's gonna do you well. Is he gonna do you well enough nowadays? Probably he'll be fine. I don't think he's anywhere near the spot of Gallagher. I think Gallagher is probably better as, you know, low investment at least. But like, I mean, I think Luocha's healing actually is a little higher than Gallagher's, but it's like Gallagher's a free character. And Luocha is a free character, but you gotta use one of your golden companion spirits to do so. Not picking up a Ranmei for him is certainly an interesting decision. It's a good decision. I mean, for golden companion spirits, you either pick Ranmei or you pick Luocha. I was going to pick him up with our golden companion spirit, but then we got Hyacinth, so like, kind of don't need that anymore. But Anomaly Arbitration needing 3 healers or sustains means that you can find a spot to use him in. So that's nice. Now we have onto March 7. I mean, she's a free-to-play option for Fei Xiao's team, since she likes to do follow-up, so that's really good. As per usual, you guys are going to hear me say the usual thing. If it's a free option for a premium team, we're gonna praise them for it, you know? It's a good thing. They should have more free-to-play options, actually. I'd never realized this until right now. Fei Xiao has some green highlights near the tips of her ears. I did not notice that until now. It's kind of subtle, honestly. That's why I didn't notice it. Anyway, that's enough of me randomly noticing something that I probably should have seen before, because I noticed this because it's more obvious, right? I didn't see her. Anywho. Good Fei Xiao option. I think she can ignore toughness to an extent, like she can just break part of it. Yeah. You have one of these allies. I believe it's whoever she selects. And it'll get the toughness reduction even more, so that's good. So she's useful. You can... You know, I want to say she's technically the best option for Fei Xiao that's not Topaz. I believe she is. I think Topaz with investment is better than March 7, which, you know, good, but also, like, free option. You have to get Topaz if you already have her. We want Topaz's cone. You might even want an Eidolon. We don't have Fei Xiao, so I can't speak to the truth of that, but March 7th is a free option for you, so... If you know, feel free to use her. Next, we actually have the best imaginary character right now, I think, for DPS, which, you know, considering how My Day has been throughout version 3, it's low-key, that's kind of sad. Because he was an early version 3 character, but the problem with him is he wants a lot of the same supports that a lot of the other Chrysos heirs want. And, you know, unfortunately, that means that since he does want those characters, and he's generally speaking worse than the other characters, he's kind of left without his preferred supports. Now, however, Cyrene is now an option, and she's technically the best possible person to slot her in for because he gets the most value out of her being on his team. So you can have that consideration. If you want to lock Cyrene to your My Day team, you can do so. So you can keep that as an option, but you know, unfortunately, a lot of his other options are sucked up by... I mean, if you only care about My Day and then you don't have any of the other options, right? Like, you don't have, like, a Castoris or whoever else wants his specific supports. Yeah, absolutely you can make him work out. But it's just, like, the thing where... Unless you're a My Day fan and you have him at some higher investment, or you simply just ignore the other characters... then yes, you can make him work, and he's pretty freaking good, right? But it's just the problem where he's not as good as his alternatives that want the same supports, and that's kind of a problem. But with Cyrene here, if you have My Day, you have Cyrene. I mean, that's a good team, man. Regardless of the other 2 options that you got for your supports, I mean, is that you probably rock him, Sunday, Cyrene, and then Dan Hong. I mean, Cyrene's charging is going to be a little bit slower, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You could also rock Hyacinth instead of Dan Hong. I was just thinking about the angle of giving him a summon, but you could do that as well. Maybe it actually would be better to rock Hyacinth with My Day, and then Sunday, and then Cyrene. But again, some of these supports are wanted by characters that are better than him, so pick your battles. He is a good character, though. It's just that a little unfortunate that he only got his best possible support in Cyrene, and even then, she is not exclusive to him because she can be with every Chrysos heir that's basically not Iceland's as a carry. But you can make other options work. It's just that in terms of his best situation, he's not, you know, keeping any of the supports that he wants. Next we have Rappa. I'm not a Rappa fan. However, why they didn't decide to make her a 3.8 rerun for her first rerun ever, I will never understand. I'm sure it's because she probably didn't sell well. I have to look at the charts and whatnot, but I'm pretty sure that that's the reason why she hasn't reran yet, because I think it's been over a year and she has not reran one time. I'm not a Rappa fan. She doesn't feel like a Star Rail character to me. Like design-wise, she feels like some other game. But it's not Star Rail. I'm not getting Star Rail from her design. Regardless of that, she is pretty good. I just think that there's not as much reason to pull for her. I'm sure she's a fun character to play as, but it's just like, me personally, I'd rather pull for Maide and make him work as opposed to Rappa. I just don't like her personality that much. One thing I thought is that maybe Rappa is going to have a big role in Edo Star, because she kind of, I'm just going to be real, she kind of came in during a filler patch during Pinakani, and it kind of feels like her writing is honestly, I'm not a big fan of it. So maybe the reason she hasn't reran yet is because she's going to rerun with Edo Star, and then maybe with Edo Star they're going to have some stuff with the Galaxy Rangers, so like that would leave Rappa and Boot Hill to be rerun options for that time. Because I'm going to be real, the reruns for version 3.8 don't make any sense with Rappa and Boot Hill not being there. So that's my running theory, is that they're going to have some role in Edo Star, and that's why they haven't reran just yet. Because we have all the break character supports rerun, like all of the break characters are rerunning besides Rappa, besides Boot Hill. Obviously, Ruanmei is not rerunning, but she is a Golden Companion Spirit character, so technically you still have her. If you didn't already have her, you should have her now, you know? It's just very strange to me, like, as much as I don't like this or don't care about this character, she should have been reran this patch along with Boot Hill. It's the break patch. Why don't you have all the break characters there? You have every other possible character beside. It's like the only DPS that's a super break character that reran or will rerun is Firefly. I don't know why you don't have Rappa and Boot Hill as options there. You should have. Especially because the rerun options that they picked, it's Aglaya, who is an Amphoreus character, not a Pinakani character, because we're going back to Pinakani for this, and Sunday. I mean, Sunday is at least a Pinakani character, so that makes some sense, but I mean, you know, again, we run into the problem of it's the Super Break patch. Where are the other Super Break DPS characters? It doesn't make sense. I don't really understand that. Speaking of Sunday, though, I mean, it's coming back to 8.8. You guys, I just told you guys this, but I mean, you want to talk about universal support? I mean, he's up there, man. There's so many teams you can merit picking him in. There's a lot, dude. There's so much. Like, every summon in the game, this guy is an amazing option for. Every crit DPS, this guy's amazing for. The only ones that he's not amazing with is characters like Castoris or HP Scalers, maybe. I mean, you could rock him a Blade, though. I think you can make Blade work. But besides, like, Castoris and then, like, Castoris and Evernight, maybe you don't have as much reason to put Sunday on that team. Bro, you just put him on any of your other crit DPS teams. Like, he's it's really freaking good, bro. If you can pick up him and pick up his cone, I'd recommend it. But regardless, really good character. Next we got the Harmony Trailblazer. So right here. I mean, it's a super break, so if you're pulling for next patch like I am, Harmony Trailblazer is a good option for you. Free to play as per usual. I mean, good for super break. There's slots where she's best, but even if she's not best, and if you don't have, like, you know, I don't have Fugue, there is a slot for Trailblazer to be potentially slotted in there. So you know, is she best in slot? Probably not for most teams, but the fact that she's even there as an option is amazing. And you know, when she gets her ult, that super break damage is very potent, you know? It's good. Besides that, I mean, I don't have much else to say about it. I mean, Remembrance is the better path, let's be honest, but I mean, Harmony Trailblazer is still completely viable, whether depending on the teams that you want to run. And then next we have Mr. Welt, who I actually don't own yet. So we'll go over here to Nihility. I mean, version 1 character. He's a launch character, 50/50 loss character. I got bad news about that. He is not good anymore. He needs buffs pretty badly. However, I could see instead of that, I could see him getting an alternate form, much like Dan Hong, much like March 7th. I could see that happening. So I see that happening before we get buffs for him. I mean, he's just not good anymore, sadly. The game has not been nice to him either. He's got the gray hair from how freaking stressed he is trying to work through this content, bro. It's tough. It's tough if you're Welt. If you have him E6, maybe you can find a situation where he can work, but I don't think you're zero cycling, but you could probably, if you just want to win, yeah, I think maybe it's possible. Would I ever recommend it? Heck no, but you could try. And then we have the probably worst 4-star support in this game, Yukong. I mean, she's just, I don't know, man. She's just not that good. It's unfortunate. It's a situation where it's like, are you gonna use Yukong or are you gonna use Tingyun, who's actually a really good option in most cases? You're gonna pick Tingyun. Then Yukong's just kind of thrown to the wayside. I don't know if there's situations where you can find with her that make her worth using at this day. To be honest, it's not looking good for her. So, you know, oh well. Maybe there's another Yukong on the horizon somewhere that will actually be good, but until then, Yukong is just not really going to be a good option. And that's it, but I suppose now we should probably count the relevant DPS characters. I mean, Aventurine, not a DPS, can't count him. Dan Hong, not in a good spot. Ratio, not in a good spot. Luocha is not a DPS. Maida you can count, that's 1. Rappa, I don't know as much. I think she's technically the best break DPS right this second, but that's gonna change once Dahlia comes out pretty soon. So like, is it really worth going for her on rerun? I'm not so certain at this point, but if you're a Rappa fan, sure. I still think we are gonna only count 1 this time for My Day though, so that's the total count. So, you know, unless your name is My Day, I don't really think you got out that well for this version, which is unfortunate, but, you know, maybe we'll get another imaginary character during version 4.0. That'll be really, really good, so we can make up for that, but, you know, sadly, imaginary is just not really that good of an element right now. That said, I want to get My Day at some point. I think we will. Not gonna be this time though, sadly. But yeah, that's all we got for all the elements for Star Rail and how they got out for the meta for version 3. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be back with some more content very soon. Please do not forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Laters.